Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Hougie and Grinder Show. Today is episode 6. Did I get it right there, Hougie?
Yeah, you got it right.
6.
You got it right. I know you had to go past one hand, so you're 5, and that's 6, Kev. That's 6.
All right. Lots to talk about this week. We're going to be covering the Ottawa versus Oilers game, as well as Montreal and Oilers, and yesterday's debacle against Seattle Kraken. We're also going to be talking a little bit about the logjam that we got coming here with Hyman returning here pretty quick, as well as Matthias Janmark, and I don't know what the status is on Alex Regula, but we'll be talking about that, as well as some of the surprises. We're reaching the 10-game platform for the season, and there's a lot of teams that are surprising myself and Matt that are either in the bottom or in the top. And so lots to talk about. I do want to talk about, before you go into your Ottawa Oilers here, well, actually, maybe before that, my name is Grinder. The beautiful son of a bitch on the other end is Hougie. All right there, Hougie, let's just get right into it. We're going to talk about the Ottawa Senators versus the Oilers. I believe that was the game. I think I mentioned it to you before. You had come up and told us about how you were pretty impressed with the team wearing actual suits. And I believe that was during the
very next game.
Yeah, well, it was during the New York. Yeah, it might have been the next game. No, it was Ottawa. Maybe a couple games later, but yeah, they ended up wearing track shoots with Rico's for his, Rico shirts for his 1,000 games. So, but in all fairness, it's not like these guys were wearing, sweatpants and their own stuff, like, Adidas or whatever, or Nikes, or it was all same color, same type. It was all, pretty organized, if you will. So that's respectful. But anyways, the game. Now to all you analytic nerds out there, I'm going to have some analytics for the game. Matt's going to kind of give you more of a breakdown of like what he had seen in that game. I think the one thing that steps up to me is I believe that was the game where McDavid got his first goal. Nuge recorded his 3rd point of the season. He seems to be generating along with Philp. And then right out of the penalty box for his first goal, Isaac Howard comes out of the penalty box. He's on the same line as McDavid and Draisaitl. Draisaitl sets him up for a one bomber. Nice little goal there.
Nice dish.
It was a nice dish. And so he got his first of the year. Skinner had to play pretty good in that game. He had a couple of 2-on-1s that he ended up saving, but I'll tell you something right now, and I think you're going to go into conversation about this. And I know that we talked about it over the phone before, but of all the giveaways they had 18 giveaways to Ottawa's 13, and Bouchard only registered 1. But you said to me over the phone that you saw him give it up 4 times, but you wanted to have a better understanding.
Down for 4.
Yeah, but you want to know how did they come up with this number, right?
Well, I did a little bit of searching around. Uncle Google was helping me out. But I can't determine what constitutes a giveaway, or whether the stat goes to another player for a takeaway, or I'd like maybe one of our listeners or viewers can help us out and give us a determination, kind of a better idea of what constitutes a giveaway. Cause yeah, I had Bouchard down for 4 in that game. And like you said, the NHL clocked him for 1. So
Right.
I honestly, I have no idea. So maybe,
Yeah.
like I say, hopefully somebody out there knows what the hell they're talking. I mean, maybe it's like goalie interference. It's all just fucking made up, Kev. And
Yeah.
fuck, I don't know, dude.
Yeah. Well, I think, you bring up a good point. I'm going to tonight they're going to be playing against Vancouver, which I hope they come back and they played the
Mm,
60-minute game that they played against with Vancouver this time around again,
agreed. I
because
agree.
we haven't seen that side, and we know they can play it. They did it. They could play a 60-minute. They did it against Vancouver the last time in a 3-1 win.
Yeah.
But the officiating in this game was a little bit weak as well. The penalties like that Nurse got on Stutz, all that looked weak, as well as Emerson and Howard's. Um, but the one thing I also want to bring up is um, the first penalty kill, or the penalty kill odd man rushes that we had at least 1 or 2 in that game, and it's because. And I told you before, I'm not a big fan of Leon and McDavid playing on the same on the penalty kill for block shots. But it seems that every time they go out there to do the penalty kill, they don't have to do that, and that's why they're as good as they are. So I'm starting to more agree with you saying that they should be, because in that game they had a couple of odd man rushes on the PK on a penalty kill where they were, they got stopped, but I'm starting to see what you're talking about, how they could be that threat and how that keeps them in the game, which, with that being said, like you said before, like it keeps them in the game, it keeps them, in the rhythm and whatnot. And we don't really know what that rhythm is, because we're not seeing the best of Leon and the best of Connor, more or less Connor, to be honest, but um hopefully that's going to turn around here soon. um The other thing too, Noah Philp had a strong game. He drew a penalty that game. Um, I really like Noah Philp. Some of the other things, face-offs again, 66.7%. They were, or no, power play. They were 66.7%. They were 2 out of 3. Ottawa was 1 out of 3 for 33 percent. The hits were dead even, 2020. Giveaways 18-13. We talked about that. Takeaways were 5-1. Bouchard did have 1 takeaway in that game. Ty Emerson blocking shots. Yeah, I mean, other than what I've talked about, like, is there anything else that kind of stood out for you for that game? I mean, um,
Um, I thought when they came out, they were out for a better start. Like they came out of the gate, they looked hungry. They were all over Ottawa for the first 5-6 minutes of the game. But they slowly kind of petered out by the end of the first period, I thought. Um,
yeah,
and going into the second, the game was kind of, there was no real flow to it. It was kind of
right,
a, yeah, change over the neutral zone, change of possession in the neutral zone. And it just kind of, it seemed like the second period was really chopped up. Not that there was a lot of whistles, but there was just no, and this was kind of to both teams. I thought it was really, um, really just no flow. It was all kind of a boring game to watch, to tell you the truth. I
yeah.
didn't, and
Well,
then the third period, they really, really started to get, um, their forecheck was just garbage. And you could see Ottawa was, they were capitalizing on it. And, um, you know, obviously they tied the game and sent it to overtime, but Edmonton just was not hungry on the puck in the offensive zone. They were constantly 1 and 2 seconds behind the Ottawa players to the board battle. And, you know, thankfully that Wallman gets that absolute rocket in overtime to
Yeah.
win it. You know, I think the Oilers were lucky to win that game, you know, come away with 2 points. I mean, I don't know if they even deserved the 1 point for the loser point. Like I didn't think they played well at all.
No, and that seemed to be like, you know, and I think I told you this before they started the Eastern run. We never do well on the Eastern runs,
No,
South or North.
I don't know why.
And I'm kind of happy that they got at least the Northern one out of the way. And then they'll do the Southern, I don't know when, but the thing was, you know, with the Walming goal that I liked was how when he changed his position from left to right, I believe he went. Yeah, he went
Left to
from
right.
left to
Yeah, he
right
went to the right defense. Yeah.
after Mangiapane got kicked out of the circle and they put Savoy in there. And then I
Yeah.
just love how Savoy won it, clean as day. And then
Yeah, good win.
such a
Good face-off win.
nice fucking setup right to Ekholm to tee it up.
Yeah.
To Wallman and just top cheddar, bud. And then he did his
Now,
little
okay.
dance as he goes off the ice.
Yeah. Well, and so apparently that's from a movie or something. He said he's going to let the fans figure out where that's from. But number 2, Evan Bouchard.
Oh,
Take note of how Jake fucking Wallman did that. He moved. Yes, that was a hard shot, but he got the puck through to the fucking net. That is key. You're not going to score any goals by shooting it into the fucking skates and the shin pads of the other fucking team.
yeah.
Beautiful goal by Wallman. Beautiful shot. That's the kind of offense we need off of that blue line, especially when McDavid and Draisaitl aren't going.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. No, I agree. Okay, so that's pretty much all I have on that game. So
hello, everybody. This is Slapstick Decals and Stickers, a proud sponsor of the Hoagie and Grinder podcast. Get at us for your decals, stickers, banners, and more. You can reach us on Facebook or call us at 403-505-9693. Keep slapping.
So yeah, we're gonna go into the Montreal versus the Oilers here. So some people get to know me a little bit better. I was born in Montreal back in '79. That's how old I am. And it was me and my brother, and I was a Montreal Canadiens fan. Until one day my Aunt Deb had come out to visit us. She was already living out in Edmonton at the time. It was in the 80s. It was during the dynasty years. And she converted me from Montreal to be an Oilers fan. And I would wear the colors. I would actually go down to the hockey rinks, the neighborhood hockey rinks, wearing those colors while everybody else was wearing Montreal colors. And so ever since then, me and my brother have always been you know, healthy, kind of combating towards each other, you know, always giving the little jabs in there when we can. You know, it's been fun, to be honest with you. Watching this game, I'm going to be honest with you. Yes, we won. We won that game. Time to move on. But if you think we deserve that win, not in the slightest.
Not at all.
We cheated 2 points. That's not we cheated. It just we were very lucky to get 2 points. They came out flying in the first period. I was like blown away with their stick handling, blown away by their positioning, the speed of that team. I was like, oh my God, these guys are coming. For us to be up 3-1, I was kind of surprised because I felt like they were outplaying us. And then they come back with 4 unanswered goals, but 3 of those unanswered goals in 60 seconds or just over. And then,
Yeah, it was fast.
and listen, guys, as an Oilers fan, I get it. Like, we have been the victim of really piss poor officiating through the decade of darkness. Even with Connor being up, on the team as well, we've seen our fair share of bad officiating.
Now, Kev, let me
I
jump in here.
I looked at that Slafkovsky boarding call over
Yeah.
and over and over and over and over and over again. Do you think it's a boarding call?
It was a borderline call, to be sure. I wanted to specific, like, the officiating in that game was terrible. There's really no other way to put it.
Even the call they
Now
did on
Evan
Bouchard.
Bouchard,
The Bouchard one was
Evan
weak.
Bouchard's penalty after that game, that was a weak ass call.
That was
Yes, it was technically a slash, and it was after the goal. But I mean, we've seen far worse go unpenalized, not only for Montreal and Edmonton, but teams throughout the league. The Anderson call, the unsportsmanlike, again, we've seen far worse go unpenalized. And I remember Don Cherry specifically talking about this. See, we're showing our age again. The refs need to get out of the way and let the game be played.
Mm-hmm.
To me, this is theatrics from officials that are unneeded. This is part of the game. There's little cheap shots and stuff taken all through the game. Either you call it all or you don't call any of it. And I get why Anderson does what he does. He's frustrated. I mean, we've seen who was it? Somebody come back to the bench on another team this week, and it's been all over social media, and he just destroys his fucking stick. Destroys it.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, that was far worse than what Anderson did after the goal.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just ridiculous that two teams of this caliber have a shit show officiating.
Yeah.
It's the league really needs to get a handle on consistency of officiating in the league, because it ruins the game. Now, I'll let you continue with your thought. I got a couple more points on the officiating.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you.
Once we get into
I asked my brother if he wanted to get in on this, and because his text message was after my little jab at him, basically saying, not tonight, is what I wrote to him. And then he came back the next morning and said, I wonder how much the Oilers paid the refs off for that game. And then he went into another topic after that. But I said, if you're pretty upset about it, I would love to have you on the show. And he didn't respond. And now one of two things could have happened from that. And maybe the first, he's a busy guy. He's got kids that are in, sports and whatnot. And, or he's like, no, I'm not going to go on there and listen to you, give me the gears and grind me. Right. Cause he probably thinks that that's what I would do. And no, I agree with him. Like, it was, Brendan Gallagher said at the end of the game that he had, after the Slafkovsky call, to talk to the refs, and the refs actually told him, like, you know what, that's on us. That was a bad call. And then there wasn't any makeup call after that. And then Anderson, I'm going to be honest with you, man, since your little meltdown with the Caps, I think during the playoffs last year, when he went on the bench and tried to beat up Wilson, you're not going to beat up Wilson, Anderson. He's got a bit of an attitude. So when he's slamming his stick down, like almost like he was talking to the refs, like the refs were kids. like his kids or something, like, something a coach would do in minor league, slamming a stick, like, come on, keep focused, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, unfortunately it's like obstruction. I guess it's, what are they unsportsmanlike. You gotta try to keep your composure a little bit. I know it sucks. There's a lot of emotion in that game, and there was. But for the team, you don't want to give the Oilers power plays.
No, absolutely not.
I think at best, if you take the 2 power play goals out, at best, because Vasily Podkolzin's goal, I believe, was a 5-on-5, and that was a goal he worked for. Maybe 5-4 at best is what the score should have been.
We'd have been lucky to have that game at 5-4, Kev.
So then
it was, I mean, now the officiating point I wanted to talk about was in the first period. We had a good start. It was 0-0 at the time, and the game was back and forth, and they stopped the play to review the wraparound.
Oh yeah, that's right. There was that wraparound. Yeah.
Now there was a distinct momentum shift there when that happened. The Oilers kind of died after that point, and Montreal was all over them after that. Now for all you Montreal fans out there, man, you guys should be excited, because in 2 to 3 years, you guys will be contending for the Stanley Cup. This is a fantastic team. They're probably, if the Oilers are out, Montreal's probably my go-to. My father-in-law is a Montreal fan, and he usually sleeps through most of the games because he's old and gets up at 3:00 in the morning to do a crossword puzzle or something. I don't know, but no, Montreal is going to be a very, very good team very shortly.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Martin St. Louis has done a fantastic job in nurturing and coaching these young kids and building the right culture in Montreal. And I mean, it's exciting. It's exciting to watch because they're a Canadian team. Yeah, I think it's great to see. It's a wonderful rivalry between the Oilers and the Canadians. Right now, they don't play each other often enough, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, that back to the original point. I'd like to know who initiates that wraparound review. Is it one of the Montreal coaches? Is it the referees? Is it the video coaches in the building, or is it Toronto? And why do they stop the play? Because on other times, the play will keep going, and they'll just, if it was indeed a goal, they'll sound the horn and stop the play at that point. Remember?
Yeah, yeah.
So why was there a stoppage and a break in the game? Like, again, you're back to that no consistency sort of feel.
No, that's fuck, man. That was one of those goals that they couldn't really, or one of those reviews, sorry, that they couldn't unanimously say, it went in. But fuck, man, I felt like his pad was behind the line when he did kick it out.
Yeah. Why not just review it, and if it's no goal, just continue the play on?
Yeah.
Like, now that's there. Here's another thing, Kev. You remember in the 90s they had Fox Puck Tracks or whatever it was called,
the little fucking blue dart,
the glowing blue puck on the fucking screen, because Americans are too stupid to follow a black dot on a piece of white ice.
Yeah.
Anyway, why don't they put there? I mean, they got microchips in players' jerseys and pants and, air tags and shit. Why can't they put those into hockey pucks and sensors inside the post that as soon as the puck crosses the line, the fucking goal horn goes off or the light comes on? I mean, they had that technology in the 1980s when you took a videotape through the fucking uprights at fucking Blockbuster and the thing beeped.
Yeah.
It's not hard technology to put together.
Well, there you go.
And
Why don't you go put it together and make millions of dollars?
fuck, Kev, I'm way too busy for that type of shit. No, can't do it.
Can't do it.
But I just, with all the technological advancements in the game,
Yeah.
why I still don't understand why they don't do something like that. I don't get it.
Perhaps it's coming, man.
Well, it might be. But
So for all you analytics,
nerds.
for the Montreal game, first period shots on goal. Fuck, Montreal just fucking doubled us up. 12-6.
Oh, they peppered us. Yep.
Second period, 9-8, and last period the Oilers had more shots on goal, but I think penalties will justify for that. Now the Oilers they had a way better face-off. Like I even actually wrote down here face-off wins. We were 63.2% and they were 36.8. Guess who had the most wins?
Was it Draisaitl?
It was. He had 15.
He looked like a beast last night in Seattle too.
And
we'll talk about that too.
And who do you think came in at second?
Oh, Rico?
You know your Oilers, buddy. Came in at set. Are you looking it up right now?
I am.
You fucker. I was going to give you a compliment. Yeah, it was Rico. Rico had 7. McDavid had 6. Philp had 3. And Nuge had 4. Once again, Noah Philp came out with his 3rd point that game. I believe he had an assist. And he looked great.
He looks really good.
He looked real good last night, too.
Yeah.
And we'll get into more of that. Other than that, I mean, Oilers on their hits. The hits were dead on, 15-15. Power plays, we were 2 for 5. Montreal was 0 for 1. Block shots, Montreal 16. Oilers were 19. Giveaways. Montreal had 14 giveaways. Edmonton had 12 giveaways. Out of the giveaways, 4 of them were defensemen for a total of 7 giveaways, and 3 were from Bouchard. There was also 5 forwards.
Now for all you analytics nerds out there that can't do math, 3 out of 12 is 25%.
There you go.
25% of the team's giveaway by the highest paid fucking defenseman on the team.
Let him know how you feel, Hougie. Let it out.
Well, we're good. I got this written down.
Oh, fuck.
So after that fucking stoppage in the first period, Bouchard, this was for Montreal's first goal.
Yep.
Bouchard lets the defender get behind him.
Oh, I saw that.
And gets pushed away, and the puck jumps over and fucking hits the defender's thing. And Bouchard he's turned. That's when he took that penalty. He turns around and same thing. He's standing in a fucking aquarium going, oh, look at the fucking fish swim by. And they pot a goal, and he's mad because he got fucking beat, and that's why he takes that stupid fucking slashing penalty. Granted, it was a soft call, but it's still he still took a fucking penalty. What? You gonna be all right, Kev? You like my aquarium a fucking sea turtle. Fuck.
You gotta watch the video.
That's
to
what he
see
looked
what he
like.
did.
He's standing there,
hilarious.
standing there, fucking looking, and I don't get it. And same thing, when we had offensive pressure in the first period, he must have hit 4 or 5 sets of fucking shin pads. The shin pad assassin is at it again. Like, seriously. I don't fucking get it. Like, this guy sees a set of fucking opposing color socks and goes, oh, I gotta put a black mark on them motherfuckers. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. For $10.5 million a year.
Oh,
This is the best we can fucking come up with? Good Lord.
he is so
Good Lord. Suit Kevin Bieksa up for $2 million and just let him stand there. Ryan Whitney ain't doing anything except getting drunk and playing golf. Put him back there.
Yeah. Fucking, he is so bad at pinching. He is so bad at
Oh
pinching.
my God. Oh my God.
He might as well.
Oh my God.
You might as well not even be on the ice. Just let him
Right.
go by, because that's pretty much what he's doing. He's just letting him skate by him. Dude, he's family skating when he should be fucking pinching.
Well, he should be, again, we're back to that fucking last man back mentality. Basic fucking defense that for whatever reason he doesn't know how to play.
Yeah.
He doesn't. And I don't care what anybody says about his fucking analytics or his fucking point production or whatever. And yes, he did get a fucking goal last night, but he still cost us 2 against Seattle. And both with bad fucking pinches. And again, this is $10.5 million of a fucking cap hit. $10.5 million. That's just about as much as the best player in the fucking world in Connor McDavid makes.
Yeah.
And the guy is a fucking defensive liability every time he stands up on the bench. Not even gets on the ice, just stands up on the bench. He fucks something up, I'm sure. Knocks the water bottle over or fucking, you know, I don't know. I can't continue to listen to fucking people justifying Evan Bouchard's shitty play. I can't.
He is having,
especially in the fact that I think after the Montreal game, he was a fucking -7 with 0 points, or 0 goals, 2 assists, and a -7.
Yeah.
That's fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible for a what a lot of people consider number 1 defenseman. And I just about threw my remote at the fucking television set last night when Kevin Bieksa fucking said, "Oh, Bouchard might be a number 8 on Team Canada." Motherfucker, if he makes that fucking team, I'm tearing my fucking jersey down off the wall. Seriously. Evan Bouchard does not fucking deserve to be on Team fucking Canada.
I think there's
especially with the way he's playing right now.
I think there's a lot of Oiler fans that are going to agree with you, because every time when we post something up about Bouchard on our social media platforms, you probably have more people agreeing with you. At least I'm reading some of the comments, because you got more people agreeing with you than disagreeing with you. And yeah, I can't. I agree with you. His name shouldn't even be on the same sentence as Team Canada, right? Like it
shouldn't. And now, granted, Bieksa talked about, he'd be a number 8, and the only reason he's there is to fill in for Makar if something happens to Makar. But
I
still think there's fucking better options.
Yeah, 100%.
I still think there's better options.
Yeah.
I'd take Jake fucking Wallman. Granted, he's not Canadian, but a guy like that. I mean, Evan Bouchard is a fucking one-trick pony.
Yeah.
And he's not even doing his fucking trick. That's the stupid thing. He finally got to it in Seattle last night and potted a goal, which, good on him, but he still cost us 2.
Yeah.
But he scored 1.
Yeah.
So that justifies all, apparently. You fucking idiot analytics fan. God. So, okay, back to the Montreal game, Kev. Yes. Tomashik finally got one.
That was nice, eh?
Fine. That was. And now that was Noah Philp creating some havoc in front.
Yeah, that's right.
And that was nice. And you see Montreal after the Tomashik goal, man, Montreal fucking cranked it up. They hit another level, and very impressive.
They're very impressive hockey team. I just wonder how long they're going to be able to sustain that, because it is a younger team. some of these guys, you know,
I think they're gonna.
you think so? They
I
can.
think so. They're gonna be, because they're so young, Kev. I mean, they've got the horses to do it, and St. Louis is a great coach. You know, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little envious of Montreal right now. You know, Sam Montebo's a good goalie.
Although
They're exciting to watch.
Sam Montebo is a good goalie, but he was going through struggles too this year so far. And then who's that other guy that they have there? Dubois or Dobes? Dobes, I think is what is Dobes.
Yeah, something like that. Dob. I don't know what his name is.
He's
Dobus or Dobus, or
he's been pretty good for them as well.
He has. I've seen some fans that want Dobus to play all of them. I've seen some fans that are behind Montebo. So it's going to be interesting to see what shakes out there, because Montreal is. I mean, they could be a Cinderella story this year too. You know, if they add a couple of pieces here and there, man, they could really do some damage. Really do some damage.
You know, before we actually go into the Seattle game.
Hello, everybody. This is Slapstick Decals and Stickers, a proud sponsor of the Hougie and Grinder podcast. Get at us for your decals, stickers, banners, and more. You can reach us on Facebook or call us at 403-505-9693. Keep slapping.
There's one thing, and I've noticed that you and I kind of tater off this thing because it was a big hot topic at the beginning of the season. And I noticed in the first two games that we talked about, because we're just finishing up the Montreal game and the Ottawa game, we're not talking about the goaltenders yet again. We're like, we didn't talk about them last week either.
Nope.
Is that a good thing that we're not talking about them?
I think Stuart Skinner has played better. He's got a better now. Here, there's a guy on TikTok that is arguing with me. He doesn't understand the term average.
Oh yeah, here we go.
He thinks because this kid had a shutout, because Skinner had one shutout, that he's worse than last year through his numbers. Well, Skinner's sitting at a 903 after the Seattle game. He was at a 910 before the before the Seattle game.
Yeah.
And that's he was an 896 last year. So yes, that's better. And Skinner is coming in and giving the team a chance to win every night. We're not getting blown out by 3 or 4 goals every night. When he would shit the bed, he has been far more consistent than he has been in years past. And Calvin Pickard is also giving the team a chance to win. I mean, he made some good saves in the Montreal game. Pickard did, and Stu looked pretty good in the Ottawa game. And Stu looked not. I mean, he wasn't great in the Seattle game, but he wasn't inherently shitty.
Right.
You know, it's they're not the glaring spotlight that they were in the last few years. That title has now moved on to
Bouchard.
Evan Bouchard and Darnell Nurse, and I mean, I wanted to get into it, Kev. Connor McDavid.
Yeah.
I think he needs to be talked about a little bit. Maybe not called out, but I think we need to discuss a little bit about Connor McDavid. He's off to his worst start ever. And let's not leave Leon Draisaitl out of this too. I mean, Draisaitl has made some questionable plays in the last few games, as well as McDavid. You know, there was one in particular in the Seattle game. We can get into the Seattle game. McDavid walks right into the low slot, the defenders backing away, basically the same thing Bouchard would have fucking done. And McDavid has it in the low slot in front of the goalie, and rather than put a deke on him and try and get one, he passes it and the pass fucks up and they go the other way. So there's no shot on net, there's no chance, there's no danger. Well, I mean, obviously there's danger, but and Draisaitl has made a lot of passes that you shouldn't even try to make. And yes, Draisaitl is a wonderful passer. He's probably one of the best in the league, if not the best. But I don't know if it's because they're blending lines. They're not used to these guys yet. Now that was a stat that was brought up in the Montreal game. In the first 8 games of the season, Kev, they've had 21 different line combinations. 21. And they did it again last night in Seattle. Chris Knobloch was blending up the lines again. I don't, win or lose, let the fucking lines roll, man. Let them roll. Stop trying to fuck around with these things mid-game. Let them roll for 2 or 3 games and build some chemistry. Like, we talked about it last episode. You have 7 new players in that forward group.
Yeah.
And guys who have never played in the NHL before, right? Your Tomashek, and obviously it's going to take some time for him to get used to the game. And I'm not sure why you're not being consistent with him in a position on the team with certain personnel to at least let him acclimate to the NHL, not culture, but climate, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
And to the Seattle game, we didn't deserve to win that game either, Kev. We didn't. We played like shit. Now, goal number 1, Evan Bouchard makes a terrible pinch.
Yeah, it's all that.
And Eberle scoops it up and goes and fucking scores.
What a shot by him, though. Fuck, that was a...
Yeah, I got to give him that. And then that hooking call that Bouchard got called on the back check, that was a piss poor call. He lifts his stick, but because it's at the hands, it's called. And so I can't fault Evan Bouchard on that. Yet again, no consistency in officiating. And then late in the first, that was the note I made about McDavid walking out of the corner and having basically just have to beat the goaltender, and he passes it off from the low slot. Like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
McDavid has not been shooting the puck or making the high danger plays that a touted best goal scorer and best player in the world should be making as an offensive threat every night.
Yeah, I think he tries to, but I think they I've seen him try to make these high offensive chances many times, but he's just they're catching him. They're getting the puck away from him. It's almost like okay, you've been here for 10 years, we now finally got you figured out. That's kind of what I'm seeing out there. Who we should be talking about, and I'm happy that you brought up the McDavid and Draisaitl thing, but we got to make a decision here pretty quick. And we'll get into it more, but I like Roslovic's game that night or last night.
Yeah, I had that written down. Roslovic was all over it last night. He looked really good. He had a lot of good scoring chances. He was forechecking. He was, shooting, passing, hitting. Really good forecheck out of him.
Yeah,
I was impressed with Jack Roslovic's game last night.
As well as Noah Philp had a good game.
Philp looked good last night. Yeah.
I didn't know this, and usually I do, but he's on draft today.
Yep.
And he was signed through Holland. Holland signed him back in 2022 in April.
Yeah, surprising development there, and that's it's
good.
nice. It's nice. We need to hit a few more of those.
Yeah, and we got
So
some of them in the chamber right now. I mean, like Tomasic,
yeah.
I think is going to turn out pretty good as well. Anything else stand out to you in that Seattle game?
Well, we're gonna get back on the Evan Bouchard train here.
right.
So on the Seattle's second goal, a 2-on-1 develops, and Henrique he's on the back check. Evan Bouchard is the lone defender back, and Henrique has really good back pressure on the puck carrier. And Evan Bouchard, rather than take the pass away and pay attention to the second man, he's busy watching the puck. Now, I was always taught that on a 2-on-1, your job is to take the pass away as a defenseman. Your job is to take the pass away, let the goaltender handle the shooter. Obviously, they've only got half the net to shoot at because of the angle. Your job is to make sure that pass does not get through across to the other player who obviously has an open net.
Uh-huh.
Evan Bouchard did not do that. He was busy watching the puck when Adam Henrique had the fucking back check, and the Kraken player manages to make a pass right across where Evan Bouchard should have been, and poor Stuart Skinner dives for it.
Oh, yeah.
Bouchard lays down, and they score. All because Evan Bouchard didn't do his fucking job and take the pass away. Stuart Skinner's a good enough goaltender. 9 out of 10 times, he's going to stop the shot from the wing. He's big, and so, again, Stuart Skinner's goals against average is being hindered by terrible fucking defense.
Yeah.
I'm
Did you notice?
I'm so sick and tired of watching this fucking guy.
Did you notice in that game, Knobloch finally broke him up and gave him...
Yes, I seen that. I wrote that down. They moved Bouchard with Kulak.
Yeah.
And then Ekholm with Emberson, and left Nurse Wallman together. But that was because Ekholm and Bouchard had been on the ice for 8 straight goals against.
Yep.
8 straight.
Yep. I heard that. Yeah.
And they had 0 points 5-on-5 at that point together.
And that's supposed to be our number one line. That's supposed to be our number one defensive line.
Matthias Ekholm is a fine defenseman.
Yep.
He really is. But I can't help but think, and there was a point after that 2-on-1 that they got scored on. Somebody come through, I didn't see who it was. Somebody come through the frame and was clearly yelling at Evan Bouchard.
Oh.
Now, I can't help but wonder if his terrible fucking play is affecting something in that room now. You've seen it with McDavid. We posted that clip.
Yep.
McDavid's frustrated with it. I'm sure fucking Stuart Skinner gets tired of bailing his ass out and getting scored on because of his fucking idiocy. And yet, continually, the fucking coaches go back to him. The only he, again, most fucking ice time, except for Connor and fucking Leon. Evan Bouchard played 21 minutes and 57 seconds last night. That's a third of the fucking game. And same thing, the third period, the fucking bad pinch by Bouchard. Eberle goes and fucking scores the second goal. So how is it that this guy can keep fucking up and keep costing our team goals? Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl in the forward group are probably getting very, very fucking tired of having to try and outscore Evan Bouchard's bad fucking defense. You know, they talk about, well, he's much like Paul Coffey. Paul Coffey could at least play fucking defense when he played.
Yeah.
He had a basic understanding of the defensive side of the fucking game. Whereas, again, Evan Bouchard, he just doesn't. It's like he fucking again, he's standing there in a fucking aquarium watching a fucking sea turtle fucking float by. It just, I don't understand it, man. How and why Knobloch has not, I was glad to see them shuffle the lines around in the second period, the defensive pairing, sorry, not the lines. But by the end of the game, they had gone back to it. And I don't get it. I don't understand what the fuck is so.
Well, I think it's like what Kevin BX has
I'm at a
said.
loss.
Like what Kevin BX has said in I believe it would have been the second intermission, where he was like, the 1 year him and Dan Hamhuis used to be fucking lights out for like a year and a half.
Yeah.
And then the following year, at the beginning of the season, they fell off. And so the coach at the time separated them, not for just shifts, for like games. And then brought them back together.
Yes.
Or at least that's what I think he said. And
that's what he said.
And then it would be it was a wake-up call. So they kind of have to do it a little longer than that. Going off, so now that we're kind of going into one more here, gonna get out of the games. That's pretty much all I had for the Seattle game. I really appreciate your coverage on that. You pretty much covered everything I had written down here. So I wanted to talk about, we're coming up on 10 games this year for the season, and I have my list out of teams, and I know it's only 10 games, but the thing is like Matt has said over and over and over again, it's all about a strong start. Every team wants to have a strong start. We're not having, we're 500 right now. In the Western,
we're lucky to be at 500.
And yes, exactly. Very lucky to be at 500, because like the Montreal game is one, but I also think we got outplayed in the Rangers game where Stuart Skinner had a shutout and
Skinner stole it.
Yeah.
Skinner stole that game.
But I'll tell you something, man. There are some teams that right now, you look at Los Angeles Kings, they're a 500 team. They come in at 11th. Dallas Stars are in 9th. Right now, they're 4-3 with a .563. Fuck. Calgary's just.
You know who my biggest surprise is, Kev?
What's that?
You know who my biggest surprise is? The Utah Mammoth.
Yeah, 7-2 with a .778.
7-2, man.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Seattle's impressive.
Another team that Seattle's not bad. I'm not really surprised the Canadians are at the tops of their division, but they're playing very well. And I figured they'd have been middle of the pack.
Pittsburgh Penguins.
You know what doesn't surprise me?
Yeah.
You know what doesn't surprise me, though?
What?
The Maple Leafs.
12th.
The Maple Leafs being 500.
Yeah.
And you know what really doesn't surprise me?
What?
The fucking Calgary Flames that are 1-7-1.
They're the worst in the league.
Flames.
They're the worst in the league right now.
I know.
They're running for the.
Yeah, that's right where they fucking belong.
Minus 18.
They're fucking. Yeah, their standing matches their building.
Crappy.
The fucking dump of a Saddle Dome. The Saddle Dome was great in 1991. I'll give you that. But it's not 1991 anymore.
I'm a little concerned about the Tampa Bay Lightning, and here's the reason. If they were to lose the next 2 games, just saying, they would be 2-6-2. Cooper, some people are thinking, like, if it gets worse than this by 15 or 20 games, even maybe sooner, people are predicting that Cooper might not have his job anymore. And that's the guy that's going to be coaching for Team Canada. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, John Cooper is a proven coach in the NHL at a high level. To me, it's almost a good thing, Kev. I think. It gives him more time to focus on Team Canada. I hate to say that, but now he can sit and watch players rather than worry about his team. He can focus his entire efforts on Team Canada rather than the Tampa Bay Lightning. So I don't think it would be a bad thing. I think it would be beneficial to Team Canada. I don't think it'd be obviously not beneficial to John Cooper, but I think he's a good coach. I think he deserves to have a little bit longer leash.
Yeah.
And I mean, we'll see. Like I say, Tampa's a good team. They got a lot of firepower and talent. So who knows? Strange things happen in this league at the drop of a hat. So we'll see. I mean, maybe Edmonton should pick him up and give Knobloch the boot. I don't know. Shit. I don't know, Kev. Strange things happen. You never know.
Well, I think he started I think he might have started with the Tampa Bay Lightning back in like 2013, 14, just kind of where the lockout was coming to an end. So that if that's true, I mean that gives him like 13 plus years there. You know, maybe at this point it's kind of like, you know, it's not his coaching, it's not the way that he coaches. Maybe it's kind of like what happened with Paul Maurice in Winnipeg, just time for a new voice. You know what I mean? Like he's been there for fucking 13 years. And he's done great, and he's won many Stanley Cups there. And sometimes it's just like when you work, there are people that work jobs where they're like, "Yeah, I've been here for 15 years. I want something different. I want something new." You know, it's just, and then it's amicable between yourself, and the company that you work for. Some in most cases, right?
Yeah, you're not wrong.
So, you know, he's gonna get a job. I just, you know.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
He's
an amazing coach. As you guys all know, we are coming up to the last week of October. We're gonna, the other thing, sorry, before I go there. The other team that surprised me is Pittsburgh Penguins. They're 6-2, I believe right now. They're having a good start to their season.
They are. I didn't want to put that one on a surprise list, Kev, because I mean, Sidney Crosby. He's just he's Sidney Crosby. I mean, at however old he is, 37 or 38 or
he's not Sid the Kid anymore.
You know, but the dude has excelled at every level, and I mean, you know, kids, anybody is going to come into Pittsburgh and listen.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's Sidney Crosby. I hate to say it, I'd probably put Sid ahead of McDavid on.
As of right now,
you know,
like for
as
athletes,
of right now, I would,
and leadership.
If I was picking a team and I could have either Connor McDavid or Sidney Crosby,
I'd take Sidney.
I'd take Sid.
Yeah, I'd take Sidney.
I would, and I hate that because McDavid is amazing, but Sid gets the job done.
Fucking McDavid
always has. And
McDavid would take Sidney.
Sidney would probably take McDavid. Is the problem? Yeah. Is, you know, they're so humble about how good they are, both of them.
Yeah.
So, no, I just as a proven winner, I'd take Sid, and he's gonna motivate and drive that entire team until the day he retires, and then when he's given a front office job in Pittsburgh, he's gonna motivate and you know that popcorn seller that's making minimum wage, man. Sid's gonna be there. Come on, get going, sell more popcorn. You can do better. And, you know, you just know it. It's it's gonna happen because that's Sid, man. Every facet has to be 115% with him, and it's great.
What do you think he would do with Bouchard if he was on our team?
Fire him. Fire him. I'm not gonna lie, Kev. I don't know. It's Crosby has had the luxury of playing with, Chris Letang for so long that, but Sid is also not stupid. He appreciates a good defenseman. And, he understands the value that Bouchard would bring to a team if he's producing.
Right.
Guess who else left the Oilers, went to Pittsburgh Penguins, won a Stanley Cup?
Justin Schultz.
But because he was put in the right role,
your buddy Schultzy,
he was used effectively. My buddy Justin fucking Schultz.
Your buddy Schultzies.
Another guy that was very offensively talented as a defenseman, but did not know the basics of defense.
So he went to Pittsburgh
as a defenseman. When he went to Pittsburgh, he was used as a lower pairing guy and a power play specialist, which is exactly how Evan Bouchard should be fucking used. Justin Schultz was not successful in Edmonton because Craig fucking McTavish figured he should be out there playing against the top lines every fucking game and was exploited by the best players in the fucking league because he was just terrible defensively, which is the exact same thing Evan fucking Bouchard is happening to Evan Bouchard.
All right.
He is not good defensively.
Anyways, we're
back to the fire. So
we're good.
Yeah, we're pushing the limit here.
Went longer with Pittsburgh than I wanted to. All right.
Yes, we did. My apologies.
So the last two segments, I'm gonna do mine, and then you're gonna do your sin bin. Okay. So the last thing is, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the last week of October, and between now and the beginning, I believe, or maybe the first week of November, we're going to see some players coming back to the Edmonton Oilers lineup. It is said that Matthias Janmark should be coming back, which would be nice on the penalty kill because he is a pretty good penalty killer. Mm-hmm. We'll also see Hyman back, which is great because he's a great penalty killer and he's a grinder, and we miss him. And then I don't know where we're at with Alex Regula. Maybe I don't know. But the thing is,
haven't heard anything.
The thing is, we have to make changes. So, to be cap compliant, I was thinking about what I would do because there are players on our team that we cannot lose. A healthy Regula is better than Ty Emberson. And he's younger. And he's bigger. And he's heavier. So, and then you have
that's Emberson also has more NHL experience than Regula too.
Yeah.
That's going to be a really tough one to navigate.
Well, and not only that, I mean, Regula is injury prone too, right? So like he's on IR right now. He hasn't come back since the Vancouver game when fucking Kaner fucking plowed him over, and it's been a while now.
Yeah, you got I think he's on concussion watch or whatever you call it.
So regardless, I mean, you put him on waivers, Boston's going to take him back. We already talked about this. Boston is
absolutely
good at fucking scouting defensemen.
Yeah.
Noah Philp is without question not going. Like, they put him on waivers, I'll fucking punch them.
He'll get picked up on waivers. No problem.
First team will take him.
Yeah.
So they're a no. But you got to find out, how are you going to make this cap compliant? Unfortunately, I think one of either Ike Howard or Matt Savoy will go down. They are waiver exempt.
Well, I was going to say, I would probably send Matt Savoy Kev. He hasn't. Ike Howard has looked to me stronger than Savoy in the first 9 games.
Right.
He's had more chances. He's been more of an offensive threat, I guess. I mean, Savoy. I'm not saying Savoy has been bad.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Savoy has been wonderful, but
If you had to
out
choose
of the
between the two,
if I had to choose between the two, I'd probably send Savoy down to Bakersfield. That being said, the nice part about the waiver exemption is if either one of their game falls off, you can swap them back and forth.
right?
I don't think you want to do that, but it is an option. Now the other thing,
You got to make a
we
trade
picked
too.
up Curtis.
You got to make a
Yeah,
trade.
well,
There's
we
gotta
picked
be
up Curtis Lazar.
Yeah,
When Janmark comes back, does Lazar go down?
probably.
Right? He hasn't seen a lot of games.
I think he does go down.
I think he played in the Devils game. He played 1 against the Devils.
Or do you make a package? I don't know. There's got to be a trade in there. Put one guy on waivers. Lazar will get picked up. Somebody will pick him up. So
Somebody will pick Lazar up.
So he'll be gone. And then who are you trading?
Well, you might honestly, Kev. Though you might have a little bit of time here, because Kasperi Kapanen, depending on how long his injury is,
yeah, he's out.
You may have a little while to work this out.
But he's what? His cap hit's 1.5.
I'm not sure.
And I believe Hyman's is 5.5 or 5 mil.
Yeah. I mean, I hate to say it, but
It's not Nuge. Get it out of your head.
it's not Nuge. It's not Nuge. Frederick, maybe.
Okay, then.
I mean, I like what Frederick brings, but
you're not seeing it. That's the problem.
Frederick is on a very easily movable contract is the problem. Like I don't think you want to move. The other option is Pods. I hate that. I hate it. Because Podkolzin is he's a gem.
It's not going to be Pods. I can guarantee you. They'll probably fucking get rid of Henrique.
Then who's it going to be, Kev? Come on. Who's it going to be?
I think it's going to be Ty Emberson.
Henrique?
I think it's going to be Ty Emberson. And I think Matthias Janmark will be gone too.
What about Troy Stetcher instead of fucking Emberson?
Why not Josh Brown and Troy Stetcher?
Josh Brown's already gone, isn't he?
Yeah, he's in Bakersfield. But trade him.
Yeah.
Trade him anyways. He's a plug.
Yeah, but if he's in Bakersfield, he doesn't hit our cap. So he can fucking stay there.
I think it's going to be
those
two.
I mean, yeah, you're probably close. I like Emberson. That's the problem. I like him. And I think there's, you're back to, like, as much as I like Mangiapane and Roslovic, those 2 signings really jammed us up for, we were only supposed to get one of them.
Yeah.
And everything was supposed to work out. And the fact that now we've got both of them, it's kind of jammed us up in cap compliance and stuff. So that's going to be a little tricky.
It's kind of like one of those.
Let's just fucking put somebody on LTIR and bring them back for the playoffs like fucking Vegas does. They already got Mark Stone on LTIR, for Christ's sake. Playoff form. Yeah, I know they closed that loophole, but I as soon as I seen that, I phoned another buddy and I said, hey, you see Vegas is rounding in the playoff form? They got fucking Mark Stone on LTIR already. Fuck.
I'm
not sure what you do.
I don't know either. And I'll be honest with you. We'll be keeping an
Maybe
eye on it.
McDavid fucking goes. Who knows?
We'll keep an eye on it either way. Ladies and gentlemen,
Actually, the most easiest contract to trade right now, Kev, is Connor fucking McDavid. So who knows? Maybe we will. Bring back fucking Chia. He'll trade McDavid.
Last segment of the day is everybody's favorite. It is the Sin Bin by Hougie. So Hougie, which one? Which message? Which platform was it? Let's go. Let's hear it.
Well, the social media sin bin today, Kev, features another TikTok comment. That's where we've had most of our engagement.
Yeah.
Now, this comes from a wonderful gentleman who has his @ sign is Scouser8. Now that's Scouser with a C, not an S.
Mhm.
And he goes by Dalton. That's his screen name is Dalton. Now this fine gentleman has 203 followers.
Oh, yeah.
He's following 1,182 accounts. So, I mean, he's a busy man. He's got a lot of content to look at. So I appreciate him engaging on ours. And he's managed to rack up a total of 416 likes in his tenure on fucking TikTok. So now
well, that beats our
this
2,800.
particular, something like that. This particular gentleman commented on my we were discussing Zach Hyman and the Ryan Smith's name came up. Because I had said the only Oiler better down low than Zach Hyman is Ryan Smith. Now, this fine, intelligent individual said, your team is so bad, quote, your team is so bad, keep giving money to the worst people, LOL. So he thought that was pretty funny. Y'all, said y'all, talking about Ryan Smith, just give up now. Now, I personally don't know who this cat's talking about because he spelled Smith with an I. Any good Oilers fan knows that Smitty had a fucking Y in his name.
Yeah.
So clearly this fucking pinhead does not know who we're talking about. He must have been mistaken. Now, as I tend to do, when I get chirped, I want to go get a little ammunition. I went to this gentleman's profile. That's where I got his numbers, his whole 416 likes. You know, it's better than the guy we roasted last week. But so my first impression of this dude, his first video on TikTok, it's him in a fucking chair with sunglasses, drinking a Budweiser, and he's got that broccoli head haircut. Real similar. To me, it looked like if we went to wish.com and ordered Matthew Tkachuk. That's what this fucking dude looked like. He's fucking... And then, now, this gentleman has some seriously good content. He had a fucking "what dog are you" filter. that was impressive. Then there's another one of him. He's posing with his cat. I like that one. Kudos to the cat. Cat's cool. You're not. And then his latest one was a Harry Potter. What Harry Potter character are you? I mean, to be in your mid 40s and or probably in his mid 40s, I don't know, late 30s, early 40s, and still be rocking the Harry Potter filter. I mean, good on you. You do you, man. Like,
how much hockey content has he got?
I'm not gonna judge you. I'm not gonna judge you. Harry Potter. I know lots of people who like Harry Potter. It's not my bag, but hey, you do you, man. And then my personal favorite was his second latest video. Now he's sitting in a chair, he's got his hat on, and the filter swipes to change the look of the the picture. Now, it appears to me that what the object that he has in his mouth for this filter is a butt plug. That's what it looks like to me, is the end of a fucking butt plug that he's got jammed in his fucking mouth for this filter. So
Sure, it's not a
again,
sure it's
it's
not a soother?
2025. I don't know. No, it's not a soother. No, he's not a Flames fan. It looks like the end of a butt plug, Kev. So you know what, dude? Again, it's 2025. You do you. Whatever blows your skirt up. But if you're gonna fuck around with the butt plug in your cat, maybe try OnlyFans or something. I don't know. It's and next time they're Dalton,
Yeah.
learn how to fucking spell the right Ryan Smith, because
Yeah.
clearly you don't know who you're fucking talking about yet, jackass.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we're coming to the end of the show here. I want to give a shout out to Slapstick, Decals and Stickers. You can find them on Facebook at www.facebook.com/p/slapstick, or you can call them at 403-505-9693. Show was a good one. She was long. That gentleman over there is Hougie. And like Greg Green says, keep your stick on the ice.
Catch you later.
All right.